Good morning, everyone. This is Mark Covert, and it's a pleasure to have everybody with you. I am the brokerage sales manager with Insurance Advisors Direct, and it's a pleasure to have Jason Harrington of Wellcare with me today. Jason is the Senior District Sales Manager in the state of Illinois and is a wealth of product knowledge and information, and he's going to take us through a 2020 first look on the Illinois market-specific benefits. So, Jason, are you with me?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can, Jason.
Hello?
With that, I want to let the folks know a couple housekeeping items here. We're having a technical difficulty with the slides, so you're going to hear Jason ask me to advance them. And then also, if you folks have questions, feel free to ask them, type them in, and then we will answer those at the end of the presentation. So with that, Jason, I am going to move you into slide number 2 here and start with your footprint.
Excellent. Thanks, Mark. Well, thank you, everyone, first of all, for joining us today. And as Mark said, I am the district sales manager for Illinois and actually even a couple of counties over in Indiana right now. So lots of territory. We've had some expansion counties come on for 2020, so we're excited about that. And I'll even touch base on the PDP briefly as well as we get into this. So with that said, as you're looking at that Illinois footprint, you'll notice that it's focused more on the urban areas. We've got the Chicagoland area, Rockford up north with Winnebago, and then kind of over to Boone and McHenry. Those are 2 new counties for us. Just south of there, right below Cook and the northeast, is the Champaign-Vermilion area. And then, of course, over there to the west side of the state, Tazewell, Peoria, and Knox, traditionally service areas for us, expanding this year into Warren, Mercer, and Rock Island. And then all the way down south, we've got Madison, St. Clair, and actually Monroe is not part of that service area any longer, so apologies. That little blocked out county is not on there anymore. Mark, could you get me to slide 3, please? All right. So with slide 3, this is just a little teaser, I guess, for some key features as we kind of lead into the buildup of these plans. And you'll notice a couple of new plans at the top. We've got Wellcare Exclusive under the plan name. We also have the Wellcare Guardian, which is a special needs plan. It's actually a chronic plan. Then below that is the Wellcare RX, the Wellcare Edge, the Wellcare Explorer. And so if you look under the key products there on the differentiators, you're going to see, like, next to the exclusive, large quarterly OTC benefit, $3,000 of comprehensive dental to include dentures, $3,000 of hearing aid coverage, and $450 a year for eyewear. So that's an incredibly rich ancillary package right there for that exclusive plan. We'll get into that in detail a little later. The Guardian plan, $1,500 of comp with dental and dentures, routine podiatry services, meal benefits for chronic conditions and post-acute. Also discounts on visits to some of these specialists as well. Below that, you're going to see the RX plan. That's not to be confused with PDPs. The RX plan is a full MAPD, and with Wellcare, that plan coordinates with LIS. And you'll notice there's homemaker services in there to include transportation as well for those LIS folks, and a large quarterly OTC. And then on below that is the Wellcare Edge, also homemaker services, OTC, good transportation, and some other supplemental benefits. And then below that is the Explorer. So as we get to the next slide, Mark, slide 4, you'll see that Meridian Care, which is how everything is branded today on the Meridian side of things, will be transitioning to one branded product. It will all be called Wellcare for 2020. However, we will still be holding on to the filing numbers, the H contracts, for those separate books of business, so to speak, respectively. So if you could go to slide 5, you'll see those contract numbers there. So H1416 at the top, towards the left, that's the Wellcare product. Below that is the H5475. That's a very small footprint. That's just for DuPage County, and that was we'll call it a Meridian Legacy plan. And then also another Meridian, all the other Meridian Legacy plans are 5779. So you'll see all of these pop up on your summary of benefit booklets. They will, even though they're all branded Wellcare, will still follow their respective networks. That's really the big thing here. And when we discuss service areas and as we get into these products, keep in mind that we may be talking about one plan, and I'll do a good job of kind of outlining that for you and flagging those. But when we're talking about a certain product, it may be the H1416. That's the Wellcare Legacy. The H5779 is the Meridian. All right, next slide. And as I stated earlier, we have the Wellcare Guardian and the Wellcare Exclusive. You'll see that those are Cook County only products, so they're not going to be available in any other county in Illinois other than Cook County, and we'll get into that a little deeper here as we get into the presentation. Slide 7, please. And as I said, we did have some service area expansions when we looked at that map, and you'll see that the added counties on the right, Knox, Rock Island, Tazewell, Warren, for that EDGE plan, were all added counties. Next slide, please, 8. Also new for 2020, and this is for one of the plans in Cook County exclusively. This is our we call it a PSP, a provider-specific plan. It's a tiered network of providers in this plan. The reason why we say that is you're probably very familiar with how HMOs work and PFFSs and all the different options, right? So with this particular HMO, Tier 1, we found a very strong partner in Cook County in Oak Street Health. If you're familiar with Oak Street Health, they have well over a dozen clinics in and around Chicagoland area, and we developed a plan with them where if someone is assigned to one of their clinics and primary care physicians, they will reap the rewards of especially the rich ancillary benefits of this product. Tier 2 is actually going to be outside of the network of that Oak Street provider footprint, meaning the beneficiary, your member, will be able to choose a primary care physician outside of Oak Street Health, but they will pay a premium, and not a premium per se in a monthly premium, but they will pay additional monies for their primary care visits. And we'll get into that as we get into the slides for that plan. And then, of course, there's out-of-network, which is even additional. All right, we'll go to the next slide. Slide 9, and then we'll talk about the CSNP, the Chronic Special Needs Plan, next. And we'll go to 10, March. Thank you. So the CSNP, we're calling it the Guardian Plan. This is new for 2020. Remember, this is Cook County only, and this is going to be a Wellcare H1416 product. And it just kind of covers some of the points there for that CSNP. It's going to work and act just like any other HMO product that we currently have. We'll go to slide 10 or it's the CSNP's restrict enrollment to special needs individuals with specific severe or disabling chronic conditions. In this case, if you look towards the bottom in that blue box, diabetes is the special need or chronic. That just gives you a brief little idea of what that pre-enrollment qualification assessment tool looks like. And again, the items in red must be filled in. So, last name, first name, their Medicare ID, their date of birth, and then, of course, the chronic condition. We'll go to 14. That's just the second page. Again, some enrolling information. the signature of the enrollee, and then the provider name and the provider phone. Go to 15. So what happens in a lack of verification? So, if at day 30 of enrollment we've not received a verification form, from the provider, the member will get a letter advising them, or him or her, that they will be terminated if we don't receive verification within 60 days. And so then at that 60-day mark, if we still not receive the verification form, they will be terminated from the plan. So just keep that in mind. It's vital that happens. We will have a process in place, as we've already rolled out CSNPs in other markets. So this is not a new product to Wellcare. It's just a new product to Illinois. Go to slide 16. This is the really big one, in my opinion, the supplemental flex card. You might ask, what is a supplemental flex card? So we'll go to slide 17, Mark. Again, this is new for 2020, and it's an amazing benefit. And it's only being offered by Wellcare. No other companies that I know of are offering this type of product. So what is the product? It's a preloaded Visa card. It's a debit card that members are going to be able to use when they enroll into the Wellcare Edge plan. They're going to get a $1,500 Visa debit card that will help them pay for dental, vision, or hearing benefits. So on the right side of that screen there, wow, I mean, you just look at some of the things. So it covers the cost share for those supplemental benefits. But if you look at bullet point number 2, well, not number 2, but the second bullet point where it says costs beyond the plan's allowance. So this gives a really nice example. If a pair of glasses costs $400 and the members are approved for up to $300 on eyewear, meaning that's what they have for their benefit, that flex card can be used to cover that remaining balance, which again is unlike anything that I've ever seen in the past, and I think is going to be a huge win. Now, remember, the Wellcare Edge plan is the one plan that is going to have this $1,500 benefit, and we'll get into the Edge plan and how that is built out at the end of the presentation as well. The vendor for the benefit is Wex Health. We'll go to slide 18. Again, spend just a couple more minutes on the Flex Card benefits. So they're going to, again, receive this preloaded Visa debit card with their ID card as well. They can submit a claim for out-of-pocket reimbursement via mobile app, online portal, or USPS. And that is if they don't have their card. If they have their card, they can simply use that card at any time. So if they're at the dentist's office, if they're at the, if they're getting eye care, if they're getting hearing, they can use that card instead of submitting this out-of-pocket reimbursement. So we're just making everyone aware that is a possibility as well. It's just kind of like the same process, if some of you are familiar with over-the-counter benefits, for instance, where instead of ordering from a catalog, they go to the local pharmacy, buy their products there, and then submit their receipts for reimbursement. But again, just a really great product. Slide 19, please, and then on to 20, pain management alternative therapies. Again, something I wanted to just point out, which is new for 2020 with Wellcare products. So pain management benefit offers members access to routine chiropractic, acupuncture, and therapeutic massage benefits for 2020. Now, this is going to be for all plans. This isn't just for the Edge plan with the Flex card or anything like that. I believe that this is all plans in Illinois. So if I misspeak there, don't hold me to it. But I've seen it in every plan build out so far. We'll go to slide 21, routine dental, and then on to 22. So I just wanted to bring up a couple of things on this slide. So we do offer packages with preventive and comprehensive dental. Some packages offering, for instance, $350 in preventive services, up to $3,500 in combined preventive, and comprehensive annual coverage. So Liberty Dental is who the Wellcare legacy plans we're using up through this year, 2019. We are transitioning to DentaQuest, which is already being utilized for the legacy Meridian plan. So there will be no change for those folks with Meridian plans currently. They'll continue to just use DentaQuest. That'll be seamless. We looked at the network adequacy for coverage for dental services. We were very concerned, very interested to see, what the overlap is, and we found that over 90% of the network existed in both Liberty and DentaQuest networks. So I think there will not be much, if any, member abrasion for that on the Wellcare side. All right, let's go to 23. It still kind of talks a little bit about dental. And you're going to see that, all plans with the dental package include oral exams, cleanings, fluoride, and x-rays. Comprehensive includes restoration services, endodontic services, periodontics, and extractions. The denture benefits do vary by plan. If someone has a plan for $500 straight up, as we do in our value plan on the Wellcare side with that H1416 contract, the $500 is only, it's comprehensive still, but it does not cover dentures. Anything from $750 on up, so that'll be the only level, the $500 level will be the only level that will not cover dentures. And if you go to 24, you'll see that dental 500 real briefly. We'll go to 25, that's the 750. And again, if you look in the top right where it says description, additional comprehensive dental services covered by the plan, it will be covering dentures and denture adjustment on there. And then go to the dental 1000. Again, those are the kind of the three different levels that we have. We will have, like I said, a $3,000, but it will follow the same lines as the dental 1000, as that's the most inclusive plan that we have. We'll go to slide 27 with routine vision and eyewear, and on to 28. So just wanted to bring up a quick note on this with the routine vision. Our vendor for 2020 in Illinois will be Premier. In case you're not familiar with them, they've done a wonderful job for us in the past, and so we're holding on to them. And again, once again, this will not only include routine eye services such as an eye exam, but also cover glasses and or contact. 29 is routine hearing exams and aids. So we'll go to 30 then, and just briefly point out that in 2020 our plans will include a routine exam and hearing aid coverage. Here USA is the vendor for that. On to 31, and OTC over the counter, and then 32. So slide 32 briefly talks about OTC and the vendors that are being used for both of those. So Field Techs is the legacy Meridian plans. UMI is all the new plans, and then all of the Wellcare kind of legacy plans as well. Pretty seamless on both sides, though. I don't really hear any type of issues with this. In fact, I want to point out that locally, as we transition the Meridian brand to Wellcare, and all of those plans start on January 1, 2020, we do have a member retention or loyalty team based out of Chicago, and those two team members sit right next to me in our office, actually, and they just do a wonderful job with taking care of any kind of escalation issues that might arise from transition of care to access to DME products, or in this case, maybe even OTC. Maybe they've never placed an order and they want to know how. They can do that. When they engage any of our members over the phone, they actually get reminded with a little pop-up box whether or not that current member has used their OTC for the month. And so if they haven't, they remind them of that, and they'll actually place the order for them on the spot. So I think that's a really neat thing. And it's not just the local team members on that. Honestly, it's any of our call centers that any of the members will access. So this happens across the enterprise in any member-facing activity that's done. Slide 33 is non-emergency medical transportation. We'll go to 34 then, Mark. Just wanted to point out here that we do have plans ranging from 20 to 40 one-way trips. Again, one-way trip, what does that mean? It means that if you want to get there and back, you have to schedule 2 trips separately. You cannot call and schedule one round trip. We do utilize MTM on the Wellcare platform and Logisticare on the legacy Meridian plans. And then on to the slide 35, again, just some of the outlines of what these trips are approved for. And you can see right there in the blue box, it is pretty encompassing. It does have to be a medical transportation, non-emergency, of course. And it's limited to 50 miles one way, so it should cover anyone in just about any county or service area that we offer here in Illinois. And then on to 36. Slide 36, again, just a quick reminder that members must call at least 72 hours in advance to schedule their routine trips, but they may call anytime, obviously, for urgent trips. That's going to be on an available as available kind of setup, but a lot of times they can accommodate those needs as well. Also, lastly, vehicles may transport multiple occupants at the same time and may stop at locations other than the member's destination during the trip, but they're very mindful to not take beneficiaries and members too far out of their way. Slide 37, fitness. We'll go right into 38 then, and there's something new for 2020, which I thought was really kind of cool because I remember when my wife got one of these Fitbits and how excited she was, and she still wears it and kind of tracks her steps every day and what she does, and so you'll see that we will be offering packages, home fitness kits that can be asked for by any beneficiary, any member of our plan in 2020, and a Fitbit will be included in that home fitness kit. The fitness vendors are Silver and Fit for 2020. And again, the competitor to that is Silver Sneakers, and we about 2 years ago when we made the transition on the Wellcare side to Silver and Fit, we're very mindful of looking at the network and the shared locations to make sure that there was not too much abrasion on that transition. This year, I think that there will be none of that, as both Meridian and Wellcare products were already using Silver. Slide 39 just briefly looks at in-home support. So on 40, you're going to see that we actually have homemaker services, skilled and unskilled, that we're going to be offering to beneficiaries who have some, they do have to have some clinical criteria met for this benefit to be used. But you'll see them listed there on that second bullet point. And on the right-hand side, you'll see that the benefit consists of up to 2 hours with no minimum time constraint, 6 visits per year, and 12 visits, depending. And the group doing that is the vendor is Maxim. And then on to 41, again, it just kind of looks at that benefit in a little more detail. A member-initiated call must take place in which a licensed plan clinician or case manager must recommend the service based upon the assessment, or a plan network provider may request a service for a member. All right? And members must have the documentation of clinical criteria or other qualifications to receive the benefits via that member-initiated call. All right, we'll go on to 42, talk a little bit about meals. To keep in mind, that's the Wellcare Plus plan. H1416, so you're looking at the Wellcare network for that plan. On the right, you'll see the exclusive, and this is that tiered plan. And this is, I'll tell you, this is a really, really solid plan. This is the provider-specific plan, the PSP. You'll see that underneath the HMO, the H number there is H5779. That's under the Meridian network. So again, to be mindful, this exclusive plan with the Tier 1 and even the Tier 2 is all Meridian network doctors. The Tier 1 is for in-clinic Oak Street Health clinics and primary care physicians. And that's what they're utilizing. If they want to go outside of Oak Street for a primary care, you'll see on the line for PCP office visits that it goes from 0 to 35, which is really kind of a small price to pay in the big picture of things. If you look down the list there, you know, $150 is pretty much mirrors it on both sides. $150 every 3 months in OTC, $40 one-way trips. It has $3,500 on both of those plans for dental, with $500 being preventive, $3,000 in comprehensive. You also have the Meridian Vision, which is $450, and also the hearing at $3,000. So again, a very, very rich plan. I might also add that on that plan and all of our MAPD plans, if a beneficiary, a member, chooses home delivery of their Part D medications, and Mark, I'm sorry I did not include that slide in on this presentation, but I will remind everyone here now that if they do mail order and get a 90-day supply, Tiers 1 and Tier 2 will both be covered at $0. Tiers 3 and 4 are buy 2, get 1 free, so they get 3 months for the price of 2, and Tier 5 would be a straight co-insurance for whatever the Tier 5 drugs are. But again, very, very competitive. Let's go ahead and go down to slide 46. Now on slide 46, you're going to see on the left-hand side there, the Wellcare Guardian plan. That's the C-SNP, and you'll see the counties. That's only in Cook County, right? But again, no Part C premium, $3,400 out of pocket, maximum out of pocket, $275 for inpatient hospital, very competitive there. 0 copay for PCP, $25 for a specialist. They've got a monthly OTC of $20. There is no medically necessary transportation. Again, if, we kind of felt like this wasn't specific to the vulnerable population, but more overall to anyone with diabetes. And you'll see, also at the top, the H1416. This is a Wellcare plan, so you're going to follow that Wellcare network when it comes to docs. But it does have a really strong dental benefit of $500 preventive, $1,500 comprehensive, $250 for vision, and $500 for hearing. And you'll also notice that Tiers 1 and Tier 2 are $0 copay. Now, that doesn't have to be mail order. They can go to their pharmacy and pick that up and still pay $0, again, being sensitive to the diabetes, the chronic condition that they're suffering from. And then on the right, we'll start with the Wellcare RX. That's in the light blue. That's an H1416, another Wellcare product. The counties you will see are all of the service, kind of like almost the legacy Wellcare service area counties: Champaign, Cook, Kane, Kankakee, Knox, Madison, Peoria, St. Clair, Tazewell, Vermilion, and Will. Now you'll see that there's a Part C premium there. It's $12.40. And we'll just do a side-by-side here with the Edge too. That also, well, actually, let's not look at the Edge quite yet. We'll stick with the RX and not mix this up. Maximum out of pocket of $3,400. Inpatient hospital acute $225. This plan works seamlessly with folks with LIS. You can find an LIS chart up to date in Agent Connect. If you are contracted and active, certified with us, you have access to Agent Connect. And if you look on the left-hand side towards the bottom, there's a resource. And if you click on that button, like a material resource button, you'll see an LIS chart there that you can always print up and utilize for your own good. Obviously, you can check on those levels through Medicare.gov. That's pretty easy, but we do have the ability to call in. I know the Meridian Legacy folks, there's a Meridian phone number to call, which is extremely helpful to check on LIS levels, Medicaid levels, all of that, to even help find a doctor. On the Wellcare side, we do have a special populations department as well, and those will run separately for 2020. So you'll have actually two different phone numbers you can use in order to get that information, I guess. And I think that's a big plus for the folks in Illinois, honestly. OTC 75 every 3 months, 21-way trips, dental 750, vision 200, hearing 500, and then you'll see that on the Part D wraparound, the RX deductible was $435. Again, that's covered folks with the LIS. We just want to make sure that you're aware that when you're looking at those different levels of LIS, just be mindful that, let's say if someone's at 50%, right, they're not 100% LIS, that they would be responsible for half of their deductible, half of their premium even. So just be mindful of that. We'll move over to the Wellcare Edge plan. That's a straight HMO. It's, again, a Meridian Legacy plan, 5779. You'll see the service areas there. Now, that Edge plan is a strong plan in that it is it works just like the Wellcare Plus plan. So it's working with folks that are on Medicare and Medicaid both. You'll see that there's some deductibles and premiums there, but again, that stuff's covered as long as they've got their QMB, QMB Plus, SLMB, and that's why you'll see that a lot of the PCP office visit specialists, things like that, are set at 20%. But it's also incredibly rich in ancillary, $150 for OTC every 3 months, 41-way trips. You'll see that it has $3,000 in dental, $450 in vision, $3,000 in hearing. Again, just an incredibly strong plan. All right, and then we'll go to slide 47. We'll go ahead and look at on the left there. In light blue is the Wellcare Value Plan. That's an HMO POS, H1416, so it's the Wellcare Network. You'll see the service area counties there. This is kind of our catch-all. The Wellcare Value, we have the largest membership of all of our plans in this plan here. This is extremely popular plan during AEP for those that don't fall into that low income or Medicaid pocket, or even now chronic, right? And so a very competitive plan. Nonetheless, this is true zero premium for the Part C. No Part D deductible, $3,900 maximum out of pocket, $300 copay for days 1 through 7. Zero copay for PCP. We're very mindful of that, and $35 for specialists. Now you'll see it has very strong, in my opinion, for just a straight HMO POS plan that's not tied to any other type of criteria. $50 every 3 months in OTC, $500 dental, $200 vision, $500 hearing, and the copays or coinsurance on the Part D is very competitive at $2 for Tier 1, $15 for Tier 2. And again, if they do mail order, it'll be $0 for both of those tiers if they do a 90-day order. Next to the Wellcare Value HMO POS is a straight HMO. That's the Wellcare Essential. And you'll see that's a Meridian plan, 5779. So again, we're looking at the Meridian network, Boone, Cook, Kane, McHenry, Will, Winnebago. That's very similar to this value plan, but it gives you an option, right? You'll see that the inpatient hospital is a little less. The maximum out of pocket is a little less. There's, just a tad bit more on the OTC. But the dental is only preventative here, $350, vision $200, hearing $500. You'll see that on the tier 1 drugs it's $0 and $12, so it's a little more competitive if someone wants to go to the local pharmacy opposed to doing the mail order. But those are kind of your two options in those service areas for, especially for AEP, I would say, when folks are out shopping around looking for that true zero premium plan. Now, you're going to see a couple of DuPage County products here on the right side, the Wellcare Explore and the Wellcare Essential. You're going to notice that those are different age contracts. It's 5, 4, 7, 5, but that's nothing new to the Meridian folks. This plan has already been, these plans have been in existence. You're going to see that very, very competitive up and down, all the benefits there. As you can see, 0 on the PCPs, strong over the counter on that Explore, and it is very competitive with hearing at $4,000, comprehensive dental at $1,100. So be mindful of that for folks that need some hearing and or vision. $500. I mean, that's just an incredibly strong plan in DuPage. The Essential right next to it is also very strong, but that focuses more on dental. You can see that the preventive is $500, but the comprehensive is $1,750 plus dentures. So that's $2,250 combined there with, again, $500 in hearing and $200 in vision. And, of course, $0 on the Tier 1 preferred generic drugs as well. We'll go to our very last slide, slide 48. We're going to look at the three last plans that we've got on the books here for 2020. We have the Wellcare Essential Plan. That's a Meridian plan with the H5779, again, the Meridian Network. And you'll notice that that Essential Plan is, again, a true zero premium plan, and that build out is for counties in Knox, Mercer, Peoria, Rock Island, Tazewell, and Warren counties. Again, very competitive, $4,000 in a MOOP, $250 copay for days 1 through 6, $0 PCP, $50 every 3 months for OTC. Again, no transportation, because again, this is not for folks with LIS and or Medicaid, but it does have a very strong dental benefit at $500 for preventive and $1,000 in comprehensive. So again, very, very competitive plan there. And then we'll move over to the Wellcare Choice in orange, the H1416. Now we've had this plan out this would be the 4th year for the Choice. And the Choice is kind of a unique product for us because it is an HMO. It does have a POS, but we put this in place for folks that are really kind of thinking of transitioning from a supplement into the Medicare Advantage space. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is there is a Part C premium. It's $39 a month. So they have a couple of options. They can go into that, into the Wellcare Value Plan. This is zero premium. They can go into the Wellcare Essential, which again is the Meridian contracted product, which is also zero premium. But in this case, they pay $39 a month, but they get some extra stuff for that. So they get a lower maximum out of pocket, a lower specialist copay. They get $60 every 3 months on OTC, $1,000 in dental, which it also includes dentures, vision of $300, hearing of $1,000, and you'll see on the tiers for 1 and 2, $0 and $10. So they do get some added value to that plan there. And then finally, our last plan that we just launched this last year on the Wellcare side, H1416, is the Wellcare Advanced. That's in blue. And you'll see that it's, again, in all those different service areas that the Wellcare plans have been in, across the state. Now, this plan, you'll notice, if you look at the bottom, it doesn't have any Part D to it. So I would ask you, who would that be good to market to? And I'm sure you're going to answer, veterans. and that's true. And we really built this to compete with just a couple of other plans in the market, but it's a great product for vets because it obviously gives them additional hearing, vision, and dental, also OTC, and it also gives them an option. They can actually go out of the VA network and grab a PCP and visit a doc, even if it's just for a second opinion. And at the very least, not just for the ancillary benefits, but also in case of an emergency, it kind of reduces their exposure to risk from out-of-pocket costs in case of an ambulance, need of an ambulance or something in an emergency room visit. So with that said, those are the benefits. There are a lot of plans out there. I know I want to make sure, and I think I did, make sure that you were aware that we do have these different H contracts. They will run, with separate networks. You can find the Wellcare network at wellcare.com. You can find the Meridian network at Meridian's website as well, and do your search based upon the H contract based upon the service area. So with that said, Mark, I appreciate you and what you've done for us and for me and putting this together today, and I'll open it up to questions. I'm sure there are, so fire away.
Yeah, let me check the message board here, Jason, and thank you, Jason, for being available today. I know as we ramp up to AEP, it gets quite hectic, and the schedules become muddied, and we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us. There certainly is a large amount of product opportunity in the Illinois area, and the plans are very rich, and for the agents who are online with us today, I think you've got a full portfolio here that you're going to be able to work with and satisfy any client needs that you may have. So, Jason, believe it or not, the board is clear right now. So, with that being said, I'm gonna close the day out today and thank everybody for joining us. And stay tuned. Look in your mailboxes and/or expect a personal call from me as we ramp up for AEP. We will be in Illinois in a number of places with kickoff meetings, and we'll be doing our outreach to you folks who are contracted with us and let you know actually who and when and where and what time. So we're looking forward to those, and obviously, Jason, we're looking forward to being with the good folks of Wellcare in Illinois here on a very shortly. And with that being said, I'm going to close the webinar, and I look forward to talking to all of you very soon. Everyone, take care and have a great day.